everyone, it's iTalkApple, and I know it's been forever since I've made a video. This is definitely the longest that I've gone without making a video. But today I have a special video. It is a tour of my desk, which I haven't done since 2009, and it's definitely the most requested video. So without further ado, let's just get right on into it. So here's my desk. You can get a full view of it, and I'm going to go on close up and show you every part of it. So this is my iPhone 4S, and I've made a review on this. I'll have an annotation so you can click that and watch what I think about it. It's the black 64GB version. I know 64GB is crazy. I think it's crazy too. Yeah, I don't use a case on it anymore because I really like the feel of the iPhone itself, I guess, and it's so much lighter without a case and thinner and all that. And even though I do drop it quite often, actually, I've been really lucky. I have a few scratches on the back, but it's nothing you can see unless you look really close up at it. So that's my iPhone. On this far left corner of my desk, I've got my in-case sleeve, which I use to carry on my MacBook Air when I travel or at school, because I take my MacBook Air to school every day and I keep it in my backpack. I've got a book here that I just started reading today. It's The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. You should read it. It's about this woman who had cancer and doctors took her cells, and they're actually still living. They're immortal cancer cells, and they've been used for a lot of medical breakthroughs, but this is like the story behind the actual woman, and there's been like a lot of controversy because they took her cells without asking. Really interesting book. Yeah. And then I've got my lens cap to my camera, which I am currently using to record this video. And if you're really curious, in the background here I've got my glasses, because I wear glasses, although I usually wear contact lenses, and a stack of note cards because I'm a student and I need note cards. They come in handy. Next we've got my MacBook Air, which is like my baby, and it's sitting on a Griffin elevator stand. And fun fact, this is one of the first review products I ever got, and it's still one of my favorite reviews that I've ever made. So I'll have a link to the review of this stand. There's lots of stands out there now, but this was really popular when it first came out. And there's my MacBook Air. It's a 13-inch model. So I'll zoom in here. I've got the About This Mac window open on the MacBook Air right now, and you probably can't see the specs even when I do zoom in. But it's got a 1.7 GHz Intel Core i5 processor, 4 GB of DDR3 RAM, and a 128 GB solid state drive. I was worried that the 128 GB would be too small, and good thing this isn't my main computer because it definitely would be too small. But I actually store just about everything on this computer on Dropbox besides like applications, but all my documents and everything are on Dropbox because that way for my school stuff, which is what I primarily use the computer for, I can edit something on my MacBook and it'll be edited on my iMac, and it makes for a really easy experience. So yeah, and I love this computer. It's really fast. It's definitely faster than my iMac is, which is kind of depressing, but it's really great to use at school and travel with. Okay, so the next thing here is the Blue Yeti microphone, and this is what I use to record audio on any of my screencast videos, so anything where you see my computer screen in the background. This is what I use to record my voice, and I'm really happy with the sound quality that this mic gives. The only thing I don't like about the microphone is the size, and also it's currently sitting on an AppleCare box because otherwise there's like a buzzing noise, something with, I don't know why it does the buzzing noise, but if it just sits flat on my desk, the audio is not as nice. So that's why that's there. And then behind that, I have two external hard drives. This is a Western Digital hard drive. It's 1 TB, and this was one of the first unboxing videos I ever made, and it's quite popular on YouTube. I don't know why. It took me forever to get the thing out of the box. It's really funny to watch, and it's also really embarrassing. And then next to that is the 2 TB Seagate hard drive. I really like this. Actually, like the design of it and the way that it looks in my setup next to my MacBook Air, my iMac. I use it for backups. I have Time Machine backups, and also I store like video files and all my edited and non-edited YouTube videos. And here's the main attraction of my desk, the iMac. I'm zoomed so close in right now that you can practically have a tour of my dock if you wanted to. But I'm going to zoom out. And this iMac is 24 inches. I got it in 2008, I think. Maybe it was 2009, but I'm pretty sure it was 2008. And yeah, it's got a 2.93 gigahertz Intel Core 2 Duo processor with 4 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM and a 640 gigabyte hard drive. So this is not a quad core iMac. I wish it was. It would be a lot faster if it was. But I still love this computer and it performs well. Definitely not as quick as it used to be, but that's what happens to computers over time. Yeah. And then on the stand of the iMac, I've got my iPod headphones. Yes, I use the headphones that actually come like with the iPhone. They actually fit my ears pretty nicely. And then I have these two little iPod erasers, and they actually match the colors of my room. And these are from Candace, the Macintosh one on YouTube. So I use an Apple wireless keyboard. Although my iMac came with a wired keyboard, I ended up buying a wireless one. And I now use the Magic Trackpad. For a while I used a Logitech mouse, which is still on my desk actually. But I really wanted to be able to take advantage of the multi-touch gestures, especially in Lion, since they're so prevalent and they're so useful. And I love this thing. I might actually make a review of it because I feel like it's underappreciated. And I never thought that I would use a trackpad with a desktop, but I love it. It's amazing. You can see I've got an external display. It's a Dell, I don't know what model it is, but it's a 24-inch monitor, except it's a widescreen display. And it's got 1920 by 1080 resolution. This is, I guess, the newest addition to my desk besides the MacBook Air. If you go look at my most recent like desk setup video, besides this one obviously, there is no Dell monitor. So yeah, it's really nice having dual displays. I always have my Twitter feed open over here. I use Twitterific as opposed to the actual official Twitter app. I also always have a notational velocity window open here. Best app ever, and I say that in every video that I possibly can. I love notational velocity. And then I also have iTunes open, and I was just about to listen to Regina Spektor, but then decided to make this video instead. And Regina Spektor is the coolest artist out there, so you should go listen to her. The only thing that I don't like about dual displays is I'm not happy with the way that mission control works on them. Apple has to fix that. So, I almost forgot to mention this. Hopefully this won't disturb you, although it probably will. This is a baby mouse, and it's, well, this was a project in my anatomy class. What we did was we soaked it in chemicals over the course of like a week or so, and we actually made it so that it's like skin, or the whole, like its whole outer layer is transparent, and then we dyed the skeleton so we could examine the bone structure. And it's kind of hard to tell in the video, but it's really cool, and it's currently hanging out in a little jar of liquid stuff, so it will be preserved forever, and it's super cool. I also wanted to show you this. My dad gave this to me. I don't even really know where it's from, but it is an SD card reader. So you take off this part, and there's the USB, obviously, so you can plug that into your computer. And then the other end, when you take that off, this is where you stick the card in. So it's really good. My iMac does not have an SD card slot. Only the newer ones do. So I use this a lot. Wow, we've made it to the other end of my desk. Okay, so here we've got my iPad 2. The like case combination that I'm using is the Apple Smart cover, of course. And then the back is covered with the SGP Griff. It's made of leather. If you want me to review this, let me know. I actually should make a review of it, actually. It's long overdue. But if you are interested in seeing a review soon, please let me know. It's just a back cover for the iPad. And I actually don't usually use this case combination, but I've been using the Hornet Tech case that I reviewed, and I have a link to that. Well, I'll have an annotation, I guess. And that's a really good case for traveling because I feel like I could just throw the iPad around and nothing would happen to it. But I wanted to switch it up to like a more, I guess, a thinner, lighter combination and add some color because the other case that I was using was black. And finally, we've got my lonely little Logitech MX Revolution mouse, and I really do love this mouse, but not as much as I love the Magic Trackpad, so it's just kind of sitting off here to the side as a backup, and it's in its little charging station because the battery was dead, actually. So here's my desk. Once again, here's a full view. I hope this was worth the wait. I have not made a room tour since 2009, and honestly I still can't make a room tour. The room is just too messy. Plus I still think it's kind of creepy that people want to see a tour of my room. And all my tech stuff is on my desk anyway, so there you have it. I'll do a quick pan. Well, here's a preview of the messiness of my room, but there's some school stuff, more school stuff, backpack. I have a nice bright blue backpack, and I'll do a pan of the desk. You can see the MacBook Air, the microphone, the hard drives, the iMac, the keyboard and Magic Trackpad, the external, well, I guess it's not, they're both external, the other display, my iPad sitting there, and then the lonely little Logitech mouse sitting in the background. My desk chair is really big. I moved it out of the way. And yeah, that has been a tour of iTalkApple's room.